friends, I'm Lulu, and welcome to Judson Sunday Arts, where kids of all ages can make art that matters. My pronouns are she, her, hers, and for those of you joining us who are blind or low vision, I'm a white 34-year-old woman with short, buzz-cut, dark blonde hair. I'm wearing a light lavender t-shirt, and there's a big bookcase behind me with books and other things on it, and art on the walls. Happy 4th of July, and happy Disability Pride Month, everyone! This month, we'll be highlighting artists with disabilities, and we'll also learn some tips on how to include disabled folks in meaningful arts engagement. Today, we're going to learn how to make visual descriptions of visual art. You will need a piece of art to describe, a way to make notes by hand or digitally, and a device to record your description if you want to create an audio file. Andy's off for the rest of the summer, so this is a standalone activity. And today, we're going to highlight art by John Bramblett, who is a blind painter with epilepsy who lives in Texas. We'll watch a video clip about him, and in the clip, we'll see John, who is a middle-aged white man with shoulder-length, straight, dark blonde hair and facial hair. He is wearing black sunglasses, a black t-shirt over a gray long-sleeve t-shirt, and jeans. He is interviewed by Jeremy Shai, who is a black man with facial hair and large aviator glasses. He's wearing a black bomber jacket over a gray shirt with silver necklaces. Through the clip, we'll see John surrounded by his own very colorful art and also painting new paintings. And John even gives Jeremy a lesson in painting blind by putting a blindfold on him and showing him how he uses touch to guide his work. Let's watch to learn about his technique.
The idea of painting sounded crazy. I thought I'd lost my mind. I didn't know of any blind painters. My brain knew how to draw and my hands knew how to draw, but the eyes, the connection between the two was lost. So I was having to relearn a new way of understanding what was on the canvas by touch.
Hi, I'm Jeremy Shai for Uprocks. Today we're here with John Bramblett. He's a professional painter who's been painting for over 15 years. What makes this painting so special is that he's blind. We took a visit to his studio in Denton, Texas to take a closer look.
I've had epilepsy from the time that I was really little, and then later on I ended up getting Lyme's disease, and they think it was the interaction between those two. I was having severe seizures, and my neurologist said it was like getting hit on the back of the head with a bat over and over and over, and it caused some brain damage where I lost a little bit of my hearing and all of my vision. Art was my way of dealing with that, it's what kept me sane. And then whenever I was a student at university and I lost my eyesight, I couldn't do art, and I became so angry and so depressed. I had completely given up on myself. You have this idea of these hopes and these dreams for the future, and I thought all that was gone. But whenever you lose your eyesight, you start learning different ways to live in the world. Like, I started learning how to use my sense of touch to navigate, get to school, and I started thinking, well, if I can get to school, then surely I can get across a canvas. And even the first shows that I did, I didn't tell people that I was blind because I didn't want them to think about vision or think about me at all. I just wanted them to look at the artwork. Art isn't about vision. It's about expressing, your ideas, your emotions, and having other people understand that. Whenever my son was born 9 years ago, my paintings exploded with color.
When I see the paintings, even to this day, I'm amazed at what he can do. He's persevered through a lot of different obstacles.
Teaching art is one of the things that I love, and every workshop that I do is completely free. So if somebody wants to paint, I want them to paint too. I want you to learn how.
Let's do this.
I changed the way the colors feel. I mix different mediums with the color.
I'm finding the lines, I don't know if I'm inside them.
The main thing about drawing though is that I just have to be able to feel it, whether it's a raised line or like a glossy line and a really rough surface that it's on. A sighted person would be able to tell that a titanium is white by seeing the white color. Me, I make it feel like toothpaste. You got a whole nother career in front of you.
Nowhere near as good as this guy. Nowhere near.
I did a mural about a month ago in New York, and there was this big wall, and I didn't realize, but I was the first blind person to do a street art mural. So hopefully this idea of a non-visual visual artist, which sounds like an oxymoron, it'll be a thing in the past one day. It'll be like, oh yeah, art is for everyone. Art's just part of the human condition.
What did you notice in this clip? I love how open John is to teaching other people how to use touch to paint. Making his own paint mixes with different textures and labeling them with Braille is one way that John was able to see his work and continue painting. So, how can we make visual art accessible when you can't touch the paintings, like in a museum? That's where visual descriptions come in. Judson Sunday Arts is not completely accessible for people who are blind or low vision, but I try to be as inclusive as possible. I give a description of myself at the beginning, and I try to describe what I can about images and videos that I share. Providing visual descriptions helps blind people engage more completely and meaningfully in the world. You can do it too. For more information, I've included a link in the description to an organization called Art Beyond Sight that has a lot of resources for people who are blind to engage in visual arts and for people who are not blind to learn more about access and inclusion. And today, I'll do my best to describe a mural that John Bramblett painted in Bushwick, Brooklyn, in collaboration with Reuben 415. In the picture that I'm showing, the mural is on the bottom part of the side of a building with beige siding. The mural is mostly made up of overlapping geometric shapes in different shades of gray and black, with sharp and round lines that seem to play with perspective. So it looks like some parts of the mural are closer or farther away. I'm going to show close-ups of the two parts of the mural that are in color. One part is a disembodied eye that is partially covered by black and white shapes. The eyelashes are black, blue, and red, with yellow and orange glowing behind them. The iris of the eye is purple, and the whites of the eye are light blue, with a silhouette of the Statue of Liberty on our left side of the eye. The words 4 out of 5 people who are blind don't have to be appear in all capital letters below the eye. Then, on our right edge of the painting, there is half of the face of a woman on which we can only see one eye. Her black hair is radiating from her head with red and blue lines, and her skin is painted in orange, yellow, and light blue. The expression on her face, to me, looks like she's been caught off guard or is thinking about something. Maybe she's looking for something she can't see. And now I'm showing the full image of the mural one last time. How would you describe a piece of art so that someone who can't see with their eyes can meaningfully engage with it? That's right, it's art describing time. Today, we're describing a piece of art we love so that someone who is blind or has low vision can see it too. Start by choosing a piece of art you love. Describe everything you see, the colors and shapes. If there are people, describe what they look like, including their facial expressions and posture. If they are doing things, describe their activities. If you can tell what time of day it is, describe that along with the clues that tell you why. If there are elements of nature, is it a calm day or is it storming? If there are animals, are they calm or playing or fighting? Are there objects, buildings? What else can you see? When you think you've described everything, take another look and see if there's anything else you can add. You can record yourself speaking the description out loud or write your description by hand or a digital device. If you want an extra challenge, post the artwork with your description on social media so you can share a little bit about visual descriptions with your community. Just be sure to credit the artist when you share their work. You could spend 5 minutes or a whole week describing your favorite work of art so that people who are blind or have low vision can see what it looks like. If you love what you made, send it to me so I can feature it on another edition of Judson Sunday Arts. Be safe, wear your masks, happy art making, and happy Disability Pride Month, friends. See ya!